Happy New Year, everyone. You might be able to hear behind me some thunder going on. We've had rain now for a couple of days, and man, has it been cool. The garden is looking so good. All the new plants that I've put in have a bit of water to go to. So I'm excited for what it's going to look like in the next couple of weeks. I've got some stuff going on in the shop. Let me show you where I'm at. This week I've been working with these molds that I received from my sponsor, these silicone molds, and they've been so much fun to work with. So the idea with the molds is that they're normally used for concrete, but I decided to give it a go with epoxy. And I've come up with this. That's some cypress shavings and then some jarrah, I think it is, some kind of gum. So I came up with that. Now this would normally be cast using concrete. And then here's the other one. This one's turned out really cool because it's got these flat edges. So I've been able to sand it up to a really fine grit. So I'm really happy with how that one's turned out. I've mostly finished the workbench. I just need to get one more big sheet of MDF to go along the bottom, and then I'm probably gonna get another thicker sheet to put along the top. So the top's made up of 3 sections, because that's all I can fit in my car. So there's 3 sections. The middle one's also 3 sections, but I wanna go get myself a nice big chunky 16 or 18 mil sheet to put across the top. And then at the same time, because obviously I'm gonna have to hire a van to get that, I'll get this sheets along the bottom. Now at the same time, I'm going to be using that van to get some long 2x4s for my next renovation job, and that is to finally get onto continuing the weatherboard down the house and over the concrete bricks. I've been wanting to do this for ages, but I just haven't got around to it, and to be honest, having the workshop functional, that's just been my priority, is just making furniture. But I need to spend some time on this and get the outside of the house looking proper again. So I'm going to get some 2x4s, screw them into the concrete, and then get some second-hand weatherboard and continue running it down. So hopefully the transition from the old to the new won't be too obvious. It'll run along, then turn down the side of the house, continue around, and then on that end I'm probably going to put some kind of a render over this just so that it's not the ugly bricks, but the weatherboard will stop there or wrap around slightly to another post, which is going to have a gate which comes across here, and then it will be the rendered concrete. The reason I want to go for the render is just because it's going to be quite easy. It's just a lot simpler and it's a lot cheaper, and this is all going to be functional area. So there should be a rain tank here. The washing line will be moved back here as well, instead of having it in the corner of the yard over there. So basically this doesn't need to look good. It'll all be tucked away behind a gate. So in terms of renovating, that's the next project, and I'm so excited to be working on the house. I mean, don't get me wrong, I really enjoy making furniture, but home renovations is where I really started all of this. So it's quite nice to be getting back to that. I've never done weatherboards before, but it seems like it's pretty straightforward. Because I've got this concrete wall behind me, it's not like there's anything I can do that's going to go wrong. All I've got to make sure is that I don't break the termite barrier, so that the termites just don't get up through the weatherboard into the house. But other than that, I think it's really just going to come down to aesthetics more than anything. So it should be a pretty fun project. Yesterday on the podcast, I mentioned a fellow YouTube maker by the name of Scott Turner. He lives here in Townsville. I met him before. He's a really cool guy. I have a link to his channel down below. His videos are really, really good. He's coming over later today, and we're going to start talking about a coffee table collaboration. I've got a slab that I want to use, and I'm going to chat to him about creating the legs for it. So he does a lot of metal work. That way we can sort of come up with some ideas for some interesting legs and try and do a collaboration video of the whole process. I'm really excited about this because collaborations are a lot of fun. And last year the year before now actually, I did the Dramatic Log Cut Challenge, which was with creators on the other side of the globe, like we never actually met. This is gonna be the first collaboration where I can meet the person I'm collaborating with in person. So it should be pretty fun. I'm looking really forward to it. This week I've been working on the dining table. These are the leg blanks, almost finished milling up. Don't worry about that white stuff, that's some epoxy dust. They've ended up a bit smaller than I wanted, but it's just, I thought milling was going to be a lot simpler, but there's actually a few more nuances in it that I didn't realize. So they've ended up a bit smaller. They're going to be about 50 by 50 mil, which will work, but I did want them a bit chunkier. You can sort of see the devastation that it's caused. There's just so much dust and wood chips everywhere. I've taken out so much material from this wood. So I'm just spending this Friday afternoon cleaning up and trying to stay on top of the mess. It's Saturday morning and I've got my sawmill mate coming around to collect the logs. He's taking them back to his place to cut them up. I'm looking so forward to obviously getting these slabbed up, but also just to be able to have this space back. It's going to be great. He tells me that he has a crane, which is obviously going to make life a lot easier for logs this side. But what I'm going to try and do in the meantime is get as many of these out onto the lawn as possible, just so we can speed things up.
It's a tipper as well, so.
The next thing I've got to think about is where I'm going to store and dry this lumber. And I plan on using this area here because I've got the AC compressor pushing air out. So you're going to have this constant airflow. It's obviously undercover, so that means it's not going to have any direct sunlight. One of the concerns is that I'm right underneath the house, so you don't want to be attracting termites. But I reckon as long as I prop them up high enough, the slabs, and I have enough of a visual gap underneath, then I should be right. I'm not actually going to set up the area for the slabs yet because I need to keep this clear. Because in a couple of weeks I'm getting another 2 ACs, one here and one there, installed on this wall to run up to the rest of the house. We just had the most ridiculously humid weather for the last couple of days, and I just don't think I can do this for another 4 months. I don't have an aircon in the lounge, so basically the lounge is off limits until the evening when it cools down a little bit. But the problem is the aircon in the bedroom is one of those old rattle traps that sits in the window, and I can't sleep with that noise. So yeah, I've just decided I'm gonna have to put in a little bit of money and get some more aircons. But I'm really excited because the idea with this wall was that it was always gonna hold the aircons so that you don't see them, dotted around the house. So I'm quite excited to see what it looks like. You're basically gonna have one aircon there, another one on top. The one on top is gonna run out and up onto that far wall, which is the bedroom. And the bottom one will run up all the pipe will run along here, exit, and then you'll just have one pipe running up the wall. So instead of having the AC stuck on the wall, you'll just have one pipe run up the wall into the split system. So it should look quite neat from the outside, and the idea is that down here, while it may look a bit average, it's fine because this is utilities. This is what it's not supposed to look particularly nice. Man, I'm so excited about getting an aircon upstairs so I can be comfortable again. The long-term goal for this area is for all of this from this pillar onwards that way to be storage. Then over here will be a garage with a garage door that goes out to the street, and then this area behind me right next to the workshop, if all goes to plan, well, let's say when all goes to plan, this I want to make a showroom for the business. So when I've got a piece of furniture that I want to sell to someone and they want to come have a look at it, this area is going to be where I can show it to them. So they'd come through the garage door, I'd have a couple of pieces of furniture, just be nicely dressed, and that sort of allows me to sell furniture to the public without my home, my upstairs home, being part of it, because I don't really want that. But it still means that I don't need to worry about having a commercial premises. Now obviously a lot of the time I'm going to be delivering my furniture, but if it's something that someone wants to come and have a look at, this will sort of be my showroom.